recent weeks.
Former U.S. President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has metastasized to the bone, his office said in a statement on Sunday. The 82-year-old Biden was diagnosed on Friday after having experienced urinary symptoms. He and his family are reviewing treatment options with doctors. Biden, who served as president from 2021 to 2025, abruptly ended his bid for re-election last July, weeks after a halting performance during a debate against Republican candidate Donald Trump prompted panic among his fellow Democrats. Vice President Kamala Harris took over as the party's nominee, but lost in November to Trump. Biden's physical health and mental acuity drew intense media scrutiny even before the debate.
We've learned again that democracy is precious.
At the time of his election, Biden was the oldest person to win the presidency. Trump, at 78, broke that record when he defeated Harris last year. Biden's office, in its statement, said that his cancer, while aggressive, appears to be, quote, hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management.
It's not good news when anyone has cancer. There's some things about this presentation that are worrisome. Number one is under a microscope, the cancer cells appear to be aggressive. And the way they describe that is that there's a high Gleason score. A Gleason score of 9 is that's on a scale up to 10. So a Gleason score of 9 or a grade group 5, that's two ways of saying the same thing, which is the cancer cells appear to be aggressive. What concerns me more than how the cancer cells look on our microscope is the fact that the cancer has been reported to have already spread beyond the prostate to the bones. And when the cancer has spread to the bones, that makes it stage 4. That means that the cancer is not curable. There's no treatment available that can cure the cancer. There's definitely treatment available that can control the cancer, really good treatment to control the cancer. And I would assume that the doctors caring for the former president are thinking that way right now. So with prostate cancer that's metastasized to the bone, you could control it for years. 2 or 3 years is very realistic. And some lucky patients get control for 4, 5, 6, and even longer. So I would assume that the president or former president gets a very thorough physical every year. One of the best screening tools that we have to detect cancer is called the PSA. That's a blood test that looks for cancer. I would be interested to know what his PSA was the last time it was checked. It's sort of hard for me to believe that if he's had a PSA within the past year that was normal. It's possible. It's definitely possible. But that would surprise me. Usually prostate cancer doesn't, go full throttle like this too often. When it does, that's usually a bad sign. That's an aggressive cancer for sure. But it does seem odd to me. When you lower that amount of testosterone, we call that androgen deprivation. It's very effective controlling the cancer. It almost always works. You can expect a patient to feel better, have a lower PSA, the scans look better, but what it doesn't do is cure the cancer. So at some point, that strategy will stop working, and we can cross our fingers and hope that it works for many years. If we're unlucky, it might only work for 6 months, 12 months, but that would really be disappointing.